Both Kokushibo and Doma realized what happened to Akaza as soon as they lost his presence. Doma said Akaza's loss was inevitable because he refused to hurt women, far worse to eat them for nutrients and strength. He claimed Akaza to be his friend and mourned for his loss. However, Kanao knew that he was lying as he could not actually feel anything. She called him an empty shell and told him he should not have been born in the first place. Doma was completely triggered. He straight up went for Kanao's neck, but she was fast enough to not only dodge it but also cut his waist with a counterattack. Then, she backed off with a flip as Doma attacked her with his fan. This impressive skill of Kanao made Doma thought that she might be more skillful than Shinobu Kocho. Although she started losing the control of her body slowly, her hatred towards Doma only kept increasing rapidly. The clash of successive attacks between them went wild. Doma tried to cut her eyes, but Kanao managed to dodge it and counterattack her. Still, her attacks were not enough to actually harm the second strongest upper moon. As Doma had a huge range of blood demon arts, he kept attacking Kanao with one technique after another. This left Kanao no choice but to only back off. Then, he dashed towards her, stole her sword and asked her to come and grab it. Then, he threw scattering lotuses at her. As Kanao lost her sword, she tried to find the space with the least damage. Fortunately, Inosuke jumped off from above and destroyed all of Doma's lotuses with his beast breathing. He was able to get here in time, thanks to the guidance of the crow with Yoshiro's eyes. Inosuke was pleased to meet with an upper rank until he found out the death of Shinobu Kocho. However, Doma, once again, claimed that he saved her by making her become a part of him. Inosuke was furious and attacked him with an incredible speed. He was able to dodge one of Doma's lethal swing and kicked his fan to move backwards with the flip. Doma was impressed, but little did he know that Inosuke had also taken Kanao's sword back. Doma attacked him first this time, but Inosuke was able to hold his own with his flexible movements. To his surprise, Inosuke even dislocated all the joints in his arm to extend the range of his attack and cut his eyes. Doma was amazed and used the same technique he used against Kanao to steal Inosuke's boar mask. When he saw the magnificent eyes under the mask, he was reminded of someone he used to know. Doma stabbed his own brain with his finger and recalled an event that happened 15 years ago. A girl named Kotoha once came to him holding a baby. She had gone blind in one eye because of her husband beating her. She was also bullied by her mother-in-law every single day. Doma remembered that she had the same face and magnificent eyes as Inosuke. Inosuke yelled that he was raised by boars and attacked him with the sixth form of beast breathing. Doma told him to listen his story to the end and attacked him back with his fan. Inosuke was severely injured in his chest but survived thanks to Kanao. Doma said that he did not intend to eat her at first as she was beautiful and good at singing. His mother often held him and sang to him about pinky promises. One day, her mother found out that Doma was eating his followers all along and fled his temple. She kept apologizing Inosuke on the way and got lost in the forest. She dropped the baby from a cliff right before Doma killed her. But the fate refused to take the baby Inosuke's life and now let him meet again with his mother's murderer. As Doma was proudly saying that he ate even her bones and her life was meaningless, Inosuke was filled in rage. Since Doma did not believe in the existence of heaven and hell, he told Inosuke that those are only the belief created by pathetic humans. When Inosuke dashed towards him yelling he would create the hell for him, Doma used a freezing cloud to avoid the close combat. Kanao also tried to jump him but ended up being thrown away. Then, Doma hopped and clung to ceilings. He said he was running out of time and created a crystalline divine child to leave behind. The ice doll can use all the techniques almost as powerful as Doma himself. The ice doll kept using demon arts and pushing Inosuke and Kanao backwards while Doma headed towards Muzan as he was afraid of being scolded. Inosuke was panicked and wounded by the lotus vines. Right before Doma opened the door, he found himself started melting. Then, the pain immediately reminded him of Shinobu Kocho he devoured. The whole thing about Shinobu being eaten was her plan all along. She knew that it would be impossible to kill an upper moon to herself. So, she ingested small amounts of wisteria flower poison regularly, for the whole year, until it circulated through her blood and internal organs. 37 kilograms of poison, which is about 70 times the lethal amount, are now in Doma's body. As Doma felt the part melting, his ice dolls also started melting. Even so, Master Abuyashiki believed that it would not be enough to kill an upper rank with the poison alone. So, Shinobu asked Kanao to cut off Doma's head and finish him. Both Kanao and Inosuke tried to behead him at once, but Doma used all his strength left to summon a statue to defend him. They both were struggling to approach Doma, and Kanao decided to use the hidden technique. Even though Shinobu warned Kanao not to use it because of the risk of losing vision, she did not let Shinobu's sacrifice go in vain. She used the final form of flower breathing and activated the vermilion eyes. She jumped towards Doma's neck while Inosuke got caught by the statue. However, she was frozen mid-air and her sword was stuck in the middle of Doma's neck. Inosuke took the chance and threw his blades to push Kanao's blades in. Eventually, they were able to decapitate Doma, the upper moon too. Doma's head vanished into the air, but he could not believe that he was defeated by not even a proper swordsman, but a poisoner. However, he was not afraid of dying or frustrated that he lost, since he had always been that way. His mother stabbed his father to death for cheating and then also committed suicide when Doma was a youngster. Even then, young Doma did not feel sad or lonely. He had become a demon at the age of 20 and lived over 100 years. Before his eyes was Shinobu Kocho. Doma praised her for the outstanding move she did. Shinobu said that a demon called Tamayo helped her make the poison, and she was satisfied. While watching her talk, Doma had felt an emotion for the first time and asked Shinobu if she would like to go to hell together with him. Inosuke recalled his mother's warmth and was left in tears. Meanwhile, Kanao found the hairpin of Shinobu and kept looking for Kanae's. She apologized her for not being able to cry at her funeral. She said that she did not cry since she was a kid, not to end up like her brothers. After she had found Kanae's hairpin, she saw the spirits of both Kanae and Shinobu. As they both joined their parents, the feelings overwhelmed Kanao and also made her shed tears for the first time.